I don't like having all kinds of... I'm going to show you that. I'm going to actually show you this up close. I'll show you what I was trying to do. This holds itself. The rivet, it goes here. Donnie? Who else is here? So, this guy, Donnie Walker. How are you?
Fucking.
Now, what's this I hear? You got a power saw you're getting rid of that means a lot to old Buck and Billy Ray, to be quite frank.
Oh, I know. They're your favorite.
They are my favorite.
And mine.
And yours. Now, tell me, you're on film here. This is the wild and crazy Don Walker, who was the person, if you're new here, they had the old shop up on Jingle Pot Road, and when Buck and Billy Ray decided he was going to the bush and he lied his way into an old growth camp, Donnie remembers the day, I went in there and I said, I'm going to camp, I'm going to old growth. He goes, Buckin, you don't have any, what? That sounded weird to them because I used to go in and buy one file and one box of oil and anyways, regardless, Hogan was in Wendy's belly at that time. So, hey, and they said, well, we won't give you a 372 because you'll break it. You'll actually break it. Where you're going, you need this. And these sons of guns, Walker's Saw Shop, this will always be a wonderful day for me and a story to tell. He literally, him and his brother, stuck a 394 in a box for me, set me up for camp, a couple bars and about 5 or 6 chains or whatever it was, I forget, but it was a setup for a couple weeks shift. And I had no money. But they knew me from firewood, and I had a couple of years grace with them, but they just trusted me, and they gave me a brand new 394, which you guys know, it's still here, and it's still got the cross hatches on the freaking, is that what they call them, on the pistons?
Still got the original what?
I do.
Oh, wow.
I still have that same saw.
Huh.
That saw's been with me. Actually, it was with me when I got hit.
Oh, okay.
That's the saw I was running when I got smashed.
Yeah.
And it was sitting there idling while I was crawling out.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So this saw means a lot to me, and so do the Walker Saw Shop. But Donnie, talk to me about this saw that you brought out here.
This saw here?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of my personal ones. I got a couple.
You do?
372. I did just put some new bearings and seals in it, and I put the 75cc big bore kit on it. That everyone likes.
Oh.
Because originally, 372s are 71cc.
Yes, they are.
But we put the big bore kits on them like the Americans had. The Americans had 372s that were 75cc.
Now, so that
weird.
Now, was that the XPW?
No, it was just the same 372, but for some reason in the U.S., they made them to 75cc for a couple of years.
That is interesting. So there's a couple of year run where they were like that.
That's right. Yeah. So this one, I've put the 75cc jug on it, poured it, of course, the way I always do.
Yeah.
Done everything to it. Dual pipe muffler.
The famous Walker muffler.
Yeah. It's a good runner, man. I just put some full wraps on it because I had half wrap on it.
I saw that. Oh.
It's got some poop to her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I need some new go-kart tires to go racing.
I knew you had a story behind this because you weren't about to just say, hey.
I don't spend my money because I'm trying to buy a house, so I'm saving up. So
okay.
I'm going to sell this saw to buy some racing tires to go-kart racing. And hopefully this weekend I'm going to get it on my GoPro so I can show everyone on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to sell this to Buckin and go racing.
I love
Buckin
it.
will have another good 372.
Well, I'm about to put this thing to work. My shoulder's starting to feel better, so.
It's got the Stihl adapter on Stihl bar on it.
Oh, you got one on there?
Yep.
Beautiful.
And yeah, I just ran it today again just to check it. It's all whip-de-doo. Even says 375.
You're kidding me.
I put that on there.
You bought the sticker.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did because I've never had that.
375X, and I put a little P, XP.
KP.
Yeah. 375K is a cutoff saw.
Yeah, a concrete.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I get the cylinders.
I love it. So, because I have an XPW, a 75er.
Yeah. Heated version.
Yeah, I guess it is.
That's full wrap.
Friends, good morning. So, today's video, welcome to Buck and Billy Ray's YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. I love telling that story about my first shift in Fallen. I was green, and but I wasn't passing up that opportunity. And I walked in there, and I just told you what they did for me, and they did that exact thing. They packed up in a box, and they said, "Pay us when you get back." You know, my phone died there, friends. That's what happened. So Donnie reached out to me and said, "Buck, and I'm selling the saw," and I said, "Get over here. I got my checkbook ready," and I bought that from him. So, friends, what I want to show now is the lightweight bars. Okay, the Huskies. They're nice bars. They're strong, but they're not light. They're not light compared to the Stihl bar. The Stihl bars are the lightest bars on the market right now. Okay, and you can get a little adapter that goes over the bar nuts on the Husky power saws. Big block. Do you see what I did there? But if you're like me, you've got all kinds of different, like Max, Pioneers, Huskies are 105 driver, right? For a 32-inch bar, it's 105 driver, and that's your drive lengths underneath. I don't have my chain here, but you guys know I've got short videos on that, right? So I don't want to make, and when you put those Stihl bars on, the Stihl bars are wider in the bar grip, in the groove. They're wider, so you need an adapter, but they're also shorter. So when you slide the bar on your dogs or on your studs and you slide it back, you got about this much room from the sprocket, from the back sprocket. So you need more drivers on your chain to get the chain looped over the bar and to run saw. But now if you need to take that bar and chain off and stick it on a Husky or a Stihl even, or you're left with all kinds of different lengths of chain. So I show here how to make this as smooth as pie. So if you want, and I recommend you buy Stihl lightweight bars, even if you're running Husky. If you want Husky bar and Husky hat, and Husky gloves and Husky, then you'll buy the Husky bar. But you're missing out on the weight factor. I'm telling you this right now. Friends, speaking of that, Ripsaw, I just got an email. I think they're sending me another hat. I mentioned to them, listen, fellas, if you want lightweight bars, you might want to look at a couple different products. They reached out to me and asked me, hey, Buckin, like what's a good combo? I said, fellas, these Stihl lightweights, if you can get them, well, they got them. So the email came in as I was making this video. So I'm going to leave the link in the description for ripsaw.shop. Great guys, you've heard me talk about them. You'll see that link in there. They're in the States. They're helpful. There's obviously Walkers as well, but sometimes Walkers has sold out of certain things and sometimes Ripsaw. So those are the two people that I use. But Ripsaw's right in PA. They're great, great guys. And I know for a fact they got 25-inch Stihl lightweight bars, which is a nice length. It's a little short for me, but for what we have. But I know it's a popular length. And they got the shorter ones too. I think they're just reordered their 32. So give Ripsaw a call. They've also got, he just told me, is the organ EXL or EXJ, I think, which is the skip. These guys are moving. Go see them. Tell them Buckin sent you, friends. Over and out. I was so sad when Oregon stopped making those lightweight bars. They were the lightest. I've still got some, and I cherish them because those were the bars that allowed me to get back to work after my accident. Compensation was trying to get me to be a bus driver or something or change my whole career, and I said, no, get me back to work somehow. Get me some tools that I can get back to work. And those lightweight bars were out, so they bought me a couple lightweight bars and I think a couple of 72s, and I went back way too early, but that's another story. We'll talk about that another day. So now the Stihl bars are the lightest. Hands down, they are. So I run those, and I run them on all my saws because they're light. And they're out in front of you, right? Which everything transpires to the back, to your lower back and your core when you have something in front of you. Even your hands, the weight of your hands out here is core and back. That's where it all starts. And I learned that when I was hammered. So I show folks right here, right now, a plain and simple way to keep your Husky and Stihl 32-inch 105 drivers to keep it so that you can move it between your Huskies and your Stihls. All right? So we're going to go out. I put on the back of the tailgate of old Myrtle here, and we go for it. Something's going on there. Let's get back at it. So, I don't like having all kinds of different colored sizes chain for my stuff. I just don't like it. So, what I do is I get my die grinder out, and you see the lightweight piece I got here? It's a square. See that's what makes these bars the best, lightweight bars, because they're light. They go from here. See this aluminum or whatever this is? See it? It goes from here all the way back to right there. That's why these are the lightest bars around, the best bars to get. And I need all the help I can get with a carcass like I got. This is a Donnie Walker big block 372. I call it a big block. People call it a big bore. I call it that too, but I kind of like big block. Do you see what I did there? And you know what I did that with? I didn't gouge it all up with. I just used a die grinder and a freaking. So I gained a lot. I don't want to come up to here. I stop right there, because what I do when I get to there is I'm almost right at the sprocket. So now I can go 105 drivers. It's a son of a gun to get on, but if I want to swap over to Husky, it just poof, it goes on. And one run with this, it stretches and you're good for the whole go. This is a stock big bore 375 K. And it's Donnie Walker's personal saw. He came over last night. He needs some go-kart parts. So I took it upon myself to buy it. And I like it. And I'm going to give it a run. That's Walker's, that's the original Walker's muffler right there. That is the original Walker's muffler. They work great. I've got some other pipes I can try, which I probably will do. Okay, so you, excuse me, you see what I'm saying? See how there's this space? I bring it, boom. See, there's the segment right there, runs all the way up, but it stops right there. So I gain this much. And I just do it with a die grinder, friends. I'm not gonna show you because I've done it already. Just get out whatever you need to do to make this slot come to right there. Whatever tools you got. I'm not gonna show the tools I got, and I did it because you may not have those. Just use the tool, use a power saw file. That's what I would have done 30 years ago, 20 years ago. I'd used a power saw file, and I've done so. I've literally done that. Look at the sun, it's cold, but it's, yeah. Whew. I'm getting ready. I'm feeling better, friends. We're gonna be cutting real soon. Let's get back in and get this video done for you. But I'm gonna try this first, and then we're gonna try another muffler. Maybe the Serpent or something. But, guess what? We need chain. So, I'm gonna go cut 105 drivers. You just count your drivers. If you've made enough 105 drivers, you pretty much know where you need to be. We double up. I could mark it on the bench. I tried to do that one time, but I just come over here and make a chain. I don't need to make it all compa-freaking-cated. Okay? So I just pull the chain out that I need. I double it up. Right about here. So check this out. Watch what happens here when I do this. See? There we go. I just knocked it out. Bang. Out of the way. Now, let's get our drivers. Now I got a clean driver ready to accept another tooth. Okay? See that? See the one driver alone at the front? This guy right here? That guy. That's one driver. So we know that's one. So I need to count 104 drivers. Then I know I got 105, because that's right. So I just go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. 30. 32. 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 70, 2, 4, 6, 8, 80, 2, 4, 6, 8, 90, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, and 4. I actually nailed it. I nailed it. I fluked out. I do this from time to time, and I'm quite happy about it. Here we go. I'm just going to go right off on it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to actually show you this up close. I'll show you what I was trying to do. And the shoulder's still a bit gimp, but we're doing it anyway. So here's how these work. I'm going to bring you guys right in close. Boom. See this? This holds itself, the rivet itself, the round part. See right there? Yeah, see, look, I popped out. Boom. Let's get this little turn here, get this a little snugger. See how it's, you know what I mean, friends? How that popped out. So it's a two-hand job. You have to do it with two hands. Move this back and forth. It's a chain, right? You got to be able to go like this. So what it does, look what it does. See the rivet? It mashes the rivet. See? Right there, that guy. And there you go. You got your chain. Make sure it's good, which it is. And we go see if this will go on the power saw. Now, we're going to go like this. It'll still be snug as heck, friends. It will be. Like it'll be very snug. I'll probably have to do the old hoochie coo on it. Yeah, look at this. We do. We still have to do the hoochie coo. So let's make sure we're in there. So that'll give us a little room. And then look at this, friends. Okay, you need to see this. Look, this is how this goes. I want you to see this, and I'll show you how I overcome this issue. Okay, look at me. Now, if that bar could go back further, which would mean I would just grind that a little bit more, but I don't want to go into here. I just don't feel comfortable. I like leaving a little spot right there. See where I am? I'm on, and look at this, friends. Look, I'm not quite on. So you ask yourself, well, what are you going to do, Buck and Billy? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm going to do, okay? Just so you know. This is personally what I do. Instead of adding a link in and it only being good for these saws, this combination, I don't like that, friends. I'll be quite frank. You might get lucky like this sometimes. You might get lucky by just banging that top tooth like that. See? But in this case, I'm actually not going to do that. But you can sometimes get lucky, friends. We're so close. So this is what I do. I'll make sure you guys are set up. Oh, because then it's only for this one setup. You can actually, well, I'll just show you. I'll show you. This sometimes works as well. I'm a mix and matcher, friends. That's why I don't do what. So this is what I do. I put it on. I take it off the top bar nut, right? So I'm off the bar nut now. There, did you hear that? It went right back to the sprocket. So now I'm actually on. Now I'm on the sprocket. And then I take a look and see what really is going on here. What is actually happening? How close am I? Let's look. Let's put that in there. Let's put this back on the bar nut. Let's have a look. Oh, well, heaven Sabetsi. I'm in. Did you see what I just did? So you need to see this. I'm in. I'm on the sprocket. I'm on the thing. I'm underneath here, but that's no big deal because I just grab my little screwdriver and I go like this. Flango. Now I'm in. There I go. Boom. Right? Anyways, friends, there you go. I'm in. I'm totally in, and I'm on the sprocket. So what I did is I took this out. That's why, friends, you have to be right close to that line. You do not need to go past that line when you do this setup. Don't do it. If you haven't already, get over to Ripsaw and get your freaking brand new chain. Let's crank it up. Make sure you're on your sprocket. There we go. Okay. Always give it one of these, friends. Always. Every time. Make sure you're on. Right? Okay. Throw that up on there so you know your tip's up. You got a bit of slack there? Yes, indeed we do. It's going to loosen up some, but not bad. So we're going for it. I made it quite tight because it's a brand new chain. Remember that new link in there? So if you give it a little bit of tightness right off the first fire, it'll loosen off and you'll usually be pretty close to get a good run out of it before you have to tighten again. So friends, what I'm showing you right here is don't be afraid to use your legs with your power saws. They don't, you're not going to cut your leg off. See? Watch how I hold the power saw. It's hanging from my body. See? Look how far away the chain is from my freaking leg. Last interjection of the day. Don't forget, friends, we're going to learn a ton of, this year, I'm going to share a lot more with folks who want to learn about power saws and cutting. And friends, I see so much of this, and I got to say this, and I don't, this ramming your dogs into the freaking log and reefing up on it and stopping the chain and all this, it's not the greatest for anything, especially you, to be honest. I'm going to teach folks this year the relationship big time between the raker and the cutting tooth, and how it's very, very important to know that if you've got too hungry of a raker and you're cutting like I am here with my tip where I'm coming close to the ground, that's what power saw is. That's what it you run a power saw near the ground. The firewood's on the ground. Unless you got a tractor and you hold all your pieces of firewood up. Well, that's not real world in the bush or anywhere else. It's just not the real world for the average guy. Okay? So you can prolong your career. You can prolong and actually intensify the gloriousness of running a power saw if you learn your filing and learn your tip and understand the relationship when you're just over the log, what the saw should be just slightly pulling you. If your rakers are too hungry and you're getting close to the ground, what's going to happen is you're going to be inside the log, like inside, then you're going to go over just a bit and it's going to pull you down and you're going to hit the dirt. But if it's right bang on the money, which in my opinion is probably around 30, depending, 30 thou, depending on what you're doing, full house, skip, it all changes. Everything changes. Species, power, bar length. There's so much to learn. And I'm excited to bring it to you this year. It's going to be fun. So you can see what I'm doing there. You guys know I'm a stand-up and buck character. Because, what are you going to do when you got a tree that has to hit the ground and you need to buck it up and split it and throw it in the woodshed for somebody? You got to run the power saw. You got to get the gullet. And all that's available at buckandbillyray.com. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this stuff here.
I'm going to freaking put the link in the description today. I don't usually promote myself, but I'm going to do that today. I freaking love you people. Work hard, be honest, and let's be kind. I used to talk about this a lot, and I haven't for a while, but there's been a consciousness happening for quite a while, friends. And if you're a person that's in tune with the world's energy and the global kind of consciousness thing, we are, love is moving, man. It's moving. My wife and I were talking about it. It's moving. You may be going through some changes. You'll probably feel it if you're in tune with yourself. You'll feel changes happening, physical changes in your body as well. We're changing. We're evolving. Let's lift each other up and stay together. We are one. Don't forget that. I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm excited today. I'll close out with a buck and we'll hit the road.
She's out of oil, so that's good. I can tell right now she's out of our oil. Bone dry. Let's get some oil. Well, that one did. Did you see it? It went, Devin!